So by now you'll be used to how we deal with retention here at Alcion. So if you're on our intelligent policy, that's where we're going to schedule 3 backups a day. And while we have those 3 backups a day, you can recover from any of those points. However, those 3 times backups don't last forever. We roll them up. So let's take a quick look at a diagram here that we've produced that kind of illustrates this. So you can see on the left-hand side of the diagram, day 1 through day 30, you can see those 3x points. So we can get any of those retention points, recover data for them. As time goes on, those 3x points get rolled up into a daily retention point, and then those dailies get rolled up into a weekly retention point, and then those weeklies actually get rolled up into a monthly point. And those monthlies are held forever, indefinitely. If you're a customer for 10, 12 years, then those monthlies will be always available for you to go and recover your data. However, due to regulations and a bunch of other data risk exposure type things that might be in your industry, we wanted to make sure that you could customize your retention, particularly around this monthly piece where you might not want to retain monthlies indefinitely. So let's take a look at how we can now configure that through custom policies. So under settings, you'll notice there's a new policies tab. You'll see the system policies up front. So these are the policies that you're already familiar with today within the product. You'll be able to create a new policy down here though. So let's call this one 12 months. You can give it a description if you need to. You can select 3x daily. You can also go on demand and the retention will be held there, but let's, for the purposes of this demo, use our 3x daily adaptive backups. This is where I'll select the data retention in months. So I'm going to elect to choose 12 here. You can customize this based on your own data retention requirements and go create policy. Once that policy is created, we can then use it within the application. So anywhere you apply backup policy, we can now apply this custom policy that you've just created. So let's go back to users and let's use our group-based policy management here to apply policies to one or more users based on their group membership. So let's pretend, for example, we want to now, instead of retaining all of design's data indefinitely when it comes to those monthly reports, we want to now retain their data for no more than 12 months. So we can now select design or any other group or multiple groups at a time and go select policy. And from the drop down here, you'll now see your new 12 months policy. So once I select that, the other thing that you can also click, and it's important here, if you want any new members of design to inherit this new 12 months policy, you'll need to select this button and go apply changes. That's now going to go and evaluate your M365 tenancy. It's going to look at members of the design group and it's going to apply that policy. And when it's done, what will happen is it'll bump to the top because this is the latest update. So when we apply policy now, particularly for users that might be a member of more than one group, this design policy is going to be applied first. So if they happen to be a member of retail and Contoso and communications as well, they'll still only inherit this one because of the precedents that have been set. And you can see that on the right hand side, you can see the numbers. So 1 through 6 in my case. This is the order of the policies that will be applied. And once we reach one, we'll stop applying it for that particular user across those other policies. So if you want to change the order in which this is applied, for example, you might want most members of design to have 12 months, except if they're in the communications team, you want their data retention to be that unlimited policy or that system default. Then what you would do is you would simply drag this down below, and now design is below communications, and now they would be applied at that communications level rather than the design level. And so that's how we can apply custom policies now based on your own data retention requirements within Alcion.